Hello. In this lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and orient and copy some of these images that we've already scaled. Okay. So, as you remember, I've already selected or I've already scaled this image. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and copy this. COPY, enter, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll just copy it right there. Okay. So now I'm going to select the one that I just copied. I'm going to go into my perspective. I'm going to rotate this thing by clicking on, let me go slow that down for you a little bit. This is the gumball. If you don't have the gumball on, you want to make sure it's on right down here. Okay, so gumball should be bold. Once an object is selected, you will see the gumball. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to click this red guy and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. So you click on it. There's a little blank space right here. You can type in 90 and I'll hit enter. Okay, and now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this thing. So I'm going to select this object. I'm going to type in move, enter, and it's going to say point to move from. I'm just going to grab this little guy right here, and I'm going to type in the number 0, enter. Okay, so what I've done is I've just moved it directly to, well, basically the construction plane. All right, so now I'm going to go into my right view, my front view, and I'm going to find this object. Okay, and I'm going to orient this bad boy. I'm going to stick it to this part of the plan. All right, but right now I'm in the front view, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say this is the point in my elevation where I want to stick it to. So I'm going to go ahead and create a point, and I'm going to put that point right there. Okay, and now I'm going to go to my top view. And in my top view, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create another point here. And I'm going to put that point right there. Okay. And I'm going to select this entire object. Yep. And I'm going to go ahead and move it. MOVE, enter. And if you don't know what I'm doing, let me go over to perspective, right? So I'm going to move this point right here and this object to the origin, which is 0, 0. So I'm going to type it where it says point to move from. I'm going to snap to this little point right here, click, and where it says point to move to, I'm going to type in the number 0, and I'm going to hit enter, just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to go to the right view. Actually, I can just do this. I can select this point as well as that object, and I'll type in move, M-O-V-E, and I will select that point and I will move it where it says point to move to. I will also hit 0, enter. And there, as you can see, I now have, it looks like my part of my elevation is connected to my plan, which is exactly what I want. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do, and I'm going to do it, let's see, over here. I'm going to copy this again, so I'm going to select that and I'm going to type in copy, and I can copy it from anywhere. I'm just going to grab it and drag it, hit escape. I'm going to take this, I'm going to select it, I'm going to use the gumball again, select that curve, I'm going to type in 90, enter. Okay, and now I'm going to take this one here and I'm going to type in move, and I'm going to move it from this point here to the origin, and the number is going to be 0, enter. All right, and now I'm going to go to my right view. Let me make sure I'm in the right view here. Yep, so my right view, like that. Yep, looks pretty good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this guy from that point back to the origin. So I'm going to select a point. I'm going to put it right here, and I could be wrong. I'm doing this pretty fast, but I think this should be right. So now I'm going to select the point and the thing that I copied. I'm going to type in move, select that point, type in the number 0, and hit enter. All right. So now I'm going to go to my perspective, and it looks as if, yep, I've almost created a house here, right? So I've got these two elevations at 90 degrees perpendicular to each other, and then I've also got this one right here on the plan. Okay, What I'm going to do now, just to simplify things, is I'm going to go to my layers, and I'm going to make a couple new ones. I'm going to call, this one's going to be called Plan, BKG for background. All right. This one is going to be called Front, BKG. And this one is going to be called Right, BKG for background. Okay. So now I'm going to select my plan, go to my plan background, right click, go down to, and I apologize you can't see it, but if I keep going down here it'll say change object layer. Click, so I change the object layer there. And now I'm going to go to my right view. Right here you can see I'm in the right view. Select it, double click on right BKG, go down to change object layer. And now I'm going to go to my front view, select it, go to front BKG, double click, make sure I've got a check in there, it's active, right click, and change object layer. Okay. Now, it would appear that my reference images have gotten, some of my photos have gotten quite small. So I'm going to select those and hold down Shift, and I'm just going to scale it up. So now I have some bigger images that I can kind of use for reference. Okay, and go back to my perspective, see if I can't find that other object. There it is, very small indeed. That surface there, and I'm going to select the scale, and I'm going to bring it up. And I'm going to drag it over, maybe not that far. And I'm going to make it large again. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my layer 1, and I'm going to go ahead and lock my plan, my front, and my right background layers. So what we just did, and these things we can move up and out of the way if you don't like them, that's fine. What we just did, like I said, is we brought in 3 different background layers, right? If you want to, you could of course get into Photoshop and you could clip these things out, but I just did it this way, it'll be fine. And remember, if you don't like something, you just hide it, just like that, in the layers, okay, which is what we're going to do. So I'm going to hide those, I'll leave these on and I'll hide them in the next lesson. Okay, I'm going to stop right here and I'll see you in the next lesson when we start to do some drawing. Thanks.